Jury service is not a holiday. So in this video, we're going to answer, can your employer force you to take a holiday when you're doing jury service? For this case, we're going to look at something that just happened in Florida, and then we're going to compare it to England and Welsh laws. And we're going to answer these questions that I'm sure everybody has always wondered. Let me give you a little bit of background before I play a clip from the judge in this case. On the 14th of February, a mass shooting took place at Parkland School in Florida, and I did a video on the conduct of the defendant's solicitor compared to UK laws, and you can see it up there on the screen and watch that after. You don't need to watch it now to understand this video. So here we are just 5 years later, and the Parkland resource officer, who was Scot Peterson, is now being prosecuted in the criminal courts in Fort Lauderdale for, let me just read this correctly, for 7 counts of felony child neglect for the children that were killed and injured during the shootings that took place on the 3rd floor. So in addition, the media dubbed this resource officer, who was a police officer with a gun protecting the school, they dubbed him a coward because he appears to be hiding behind a concrete wall of the school. But for this video, we're not going to be looking at that case from what's happening there, though I think it's really interesting. So, and it's currently going on, so I think you should check it out. But in this video, what we're going to talk about is something that the judge just mentioned before court started. So let's have a listen, and then we'll get on with what we're here to talk about. Oh, I should also tell you, so before the court made this announcement, the jury had been selected and opening statements had been done, and the prosecution had started presenting their case. Okay, so let's have a listen.
Mr. Peterson likewise is present. We are outside the presence of the jury. State anything you need me to address before we get the witness back on the witness stand and resume the direct examination?
No, Judge.
Defense, anything you need me to address? No. Okay, one thing I need to bring your attention, juror number six brought in an email today basically saying from her company that they're going to pay her for 10 days of service, 10 days, and after that they want her to start using her PTO time. I think we're on day 5 right now. It doesn't appear to me that we're going to run the schedule that we originally discussed with them, but I would certainly think we're going to exceed 10 days. She's given me the contact information of the Director of Human Resources for her company. It would be my intention at the lunch break to reach out to that person and have a discussion with them before I start using their company's name out loud in open court regarding their support of our jury system. State, any objection?
No objection.
Defense, any objection?
No objection.
Okay, so I'll make that call at lunchtime today and see what I can get accomplished. When I get any information, I will update you on that.
Wow. Did you catch that? Did you catch what the judge said? That he's going to call the employer before he uses their name in open court. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if your business was mentioned in open court by a judge who wanted to make sure you knew their laws? I thought that was really powerful, but I kind of wondered, can he actually, or should he actually do that? Because jurors are supposed to remain anonymous until the hearing is finished, and then it's up to them if they want to give their identity to the public. So I kind of wonder, can he do that, or should he do that? It would definitely be a risk of exposing that person. But I'm sure the judge would communicate that with the jurist before mentioning their name, the company's name. Okay, so let's look at what the jurisdiction of Broward County, Florida has to say about employees doing jury service. So, no employer shall withhold wages for full-time employees not exceeding 5 days. Okay, so they said they'd pay her for 10 days, so that's fine. But that's not the issue, is it? They said that she would have to use her PTO, which I am interpreting as personal time off. So if there's any Americans watching, can you please let me know in the description area down below if I've got that wrong, if my interpretation is wrong. However, under the law, the jury should be excused, that whoever is doing jury service should be excused from work by the employer during each day that the juror provides jury service, regardless of their regular work schedules. And any person who violates that shall be punished by law. Don't know if you just heard it. We're getting a thunderstorm here. So, yeah, so I'm sure the judge is going to give them a big heads up on their laws, and it'll be interesting to see the outcome. I haven't heard it yet. However, we do have an update from the judge from day 7, which I will play at the end of this video, and you're going to want to stick around for that. It is absolutely shocking. So what happens in the UK? Well, in England and Wales, your employer must let you off work for jury service. However, when you get notification to be a jurist, you're called a potential jurist. And during this time, your employer can ask you to delay your jury service if it's going to cause their business have a serious effect on their business. So if you are sacked for deciding to go ahead and do your civic duty to be a jurist, and you do get sacked or fired, they actually use the word sacked in the government guidance, so I thought that was interesting. But anyway, if you do get sacked, you can bring a claim for unfair dismissal. I have done some videos on jury service and how they make a decision, and it gives you a little bit more information. And the other thing I've also done is I have a whole section on employment law. So we talk about holidays and stuff like that. So if you're interested, please check out those videos. What is interesting is that your employer can refuse to pay you, and you can only claim to be paid if you have, so the courts, just to give you an idea, the courts also will pay you to attend, but you can only claim that payment if you are employed. So it means if you've got a loss of earnings. So if you're not employed, you wouldn't have a loss of earnings, but in just a second, I'll tell you what happens if you're on benefits. So in the UK, if you're not working, if you're looking for a job seekers allowance, or you're on benefits, or you could be injured, so you're not able to work, it's all rolled into one, and it's called universal credits. So if you're receiving universal credits, then what would happen is they give you support for the first 8 weeks. Then you'd have to claim if there's a loss of earnings. And in the UK, there is a limit to making a claim through the courts for loss of earnings. So I'll leave those links below as well. Are you ready to be shocked? Let's play the judge's update.
By my count, this is day 7 of the trial. She has 10 days before her company's policy, I guess, requires her to start using her PTO time, which obviously I don't want that to happen. I'm currently waiting on communication from the head of their legal department and or the CEO of the company. I will share with you, since I had to go a little deeper into this, that the revenues of this company, which juror number 6 works last year, was $7.8 billion. 7.8 billion with a B. So I have very high hopes they're going to be able to pay her for the jury service. And I told them if I can't resolve the issue at this point, I might resolve it in a more public manner, but hopefully that will resolve the issue, but I will keep you updated. Okay. Okay, so
Oh boy, did you hear that? B with a billion. And the judge is going to talk to their legal department. This just gets juicier. I can't wait for the outcome, and I cannot wait to read your comments. So there you have it. It's the same in both countries. Your employer cannot ask you to take your holiday entitlement or your personal time off to attend jury duty. It is a civic duty that people have a responsibility to do. But not everybody gets chosen even once you get the notification. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share. We're almost at 700 subscribers, so please help us to get there. And then we can get to the next goal, which will be 800, and then the next goal. I'll just keep asking. Why not watch some of our other videos? We have a variety of playlists you may be interested in. And as always, there are timestamps so you can jump straight to the area of interest that you have.